What's up, everybody? It's Johnny Brown here with HauntScene. It is Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
It's Tuesday.
I get confused when we do multiple shows.
That's true.
So you are watching America's favorite live haunt and horror webcast on Tuesdays in April. With me, as always, my returning, lovely, beautiful co-host, Melissa Lucan.
What's up, guys? Hey, guys. Welcome to HauntScene. Yeah, welcome back. I've always been here. Been here every Tuesday night.
You weren't here last Thursday.
I was not here Thursday because I was working. Yeah. But I've been here Tuesday.
And we also have, as a very special treat, a special guest in the studio.
What?
Spooky Jenny.
Spooky Jenny.
What's up, guys?
AKA
How's it
our
going?
+1.
It's good.
It's good to have you back in here.
I know.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
It's been a
been
while.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, I'm glad that you guys are in here. Oh, we got Mr. John Massari in here. Love it.
John.
My dad's
Hi,
watching. We got Journey with Josh in here. We got everybody. Okay, so without further ado, because I know we got a ton of stuff to talk about. We have a myriad of questions.
A myriad.
Just so you know, it's all on me right now.
That's
cornucopia.
Your vocabulary is spot on, man. I love it.
Awesome.
He always throws out those big words.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Okay, so let's go ahead and bring them on camera, and I will unmute them first.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and bring on Michael and Jessica.
What's up? Hey, Grimm-Life.
What's up?
Hi.
Greetings and spooky salutations.
Happy Halloween.
It's every day is Halloween.
Every day
as you can
Halloween.
clearly see. Every day
Happy Halloween is like hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Unless you're a normie, then people think you're weird. Well, screw those people. So everybody give Michael and Jessica some love.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Hello everyone who's joining.
So
it's good to see you again.
What we do in the beginning is we do what's called the elevator pitch, where we give you an opportunity to introduce yourselves, tell us your life story, tell us what the Grimm-Life Collective is all about, and how you got here, and then we'll go there.
I love Jessica.
Take it
away. My word. Give us a heads up on that one.
We want it to be like, dynamic.
You got this.
Okay, so all right. For those of you who have not seen our show, we like to think of ourselves as the travel channel of horror. We visit real-life horror locations, murder sites, famous graves, true crime, weird roadside attractions, and everything else that can be found on the road in between.
Or that goes bump in the night.
My name is Michael. This is my wife, Jessica.
Hello.
For some god-awful reason, a lot of people on YouTube think we're brother and sister.
I don't understand that, but
Okay.
it's cool.
We're not. We're going to put that rumor to rest.
Because that would be really
Happy
weird if
New
somebody
Year.
saw you
Strange.
kissing
That
and
would
they
be
were like,
very
I thought they
strange.
were brother and sister.
It's like a Princess
Yeah,
Leia
we've
and
got
Luke kind of thing.
Yeah.
I keep on camera. I keep calling her Baby Ghoul, and my name is never mentioned. So I'm the enigma, and because most of the time the camera's through my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
And we visit sometimes some pretty strange places.
Yes, you do.
And you do watch parties?
Yeah.
We do.
So the watch parties, we started doing them at the very beginning of the pandemic. And I love saying this because there's so many people out there who are YouTube content creators that whenever everything started closing down, every single one of them was doing a video on, let's go find the next roll of toilet paper.
Let's go grocery shopping.
Or let's bake bread. Everyone was baking bread and doing
Yeah.
arts and crafts and stuff.
Oh, there's so much baking bread.
Yes.
So we decided, instead of doing that, let's just sit at home and watch scary movies and invite our subscribers along with us.
That's even better. Yeah. I would
Yeah,
totally do that.
and people absolutely loved it, and it became therapeutic for a lot of people as well as for us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we're still, we had like 2 months because we recently moved from Orlando to Hollywood, and there's about 2 months where we stopped doing them because we're getting
we're on the
acclimated.
road.
But now
we
we're
were
doing
driving,
them again. Yeah.
Cross country drive. We were just too tired to do it, and then
But
we
you
got
guys
here
just
and we
did
got
the
up,
one-
and we're like, should we start it up again? You think people missed it? I mean, does anybody care? And it's like, yeah, everyone was like, dude, it was like my therapy during the pandemic, and it's like, you know what, it was therapy for us too, so let's get right back into it.
It's really nice to be able to interact with people in any way when you can't physically, be with them.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
awesome. And then, so how long have you been doing the Grimm-Life Collective, all the vlogs and everything?
Grimm-Life Collective itself, the being, it has taken on many faces, many different entities over the years. It originally started off as a website, and I was visiting places and taking pictures and going, ooh, I went here, and I'd start writing about it. And then one day I realized that people aren't really reading anything anymore. Instead, they're watching adventures. And for the past 2 years, we really started taking Grimm-Life Collective very seriously. And within the past year, really, really seriously. So I'd say probably about 2 years now. What'd you say?
I would say
2 years.
Wow.
I mean,
feel
we've
like
been
you guys
together
have been
for
around
sure.
longer
Yeah,
than that.
Yeah,
I feel like you've been
hold
longer
on.
than
We gotta look at something real quick.
But all right, so the channel's been in existence since 2011 or 13, I think.
Right.
I was gonna say
Okay.
you have a lot of subscribers here for 2
And
years.
well, no, we'll see. I'm gonna tell you what happened. The channel's been around for that long because I had this grand scheme of what I wanted to do, and I never got to do it. And then every now and then we would visit different locations wherever I was in the country, just kind of doing it as a hobby. But the past 2 years, 2.5, is whenever we really started going, okay, let's try to make this a living. It wasn't until the opening of Hagrid's Magical Creatures Ride in Universal Orlando that our numbers, our subscribers, and I hate saying it like this, but our like the viewers, the fan base really didn't skyrocket until that video.
Really?
Well, I mean, it was on a climb. It was on a slow climb, but that one really hit it off. And then right after that was Halloween Horror Nights, and our
Good
Grimm-Life
timing.
family has always been immersed as baseline with horror movies. So we started running into a lot of people who knew us while we were at Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Nights, and I started carrying around stickers, being like, "Oh, you said hi. Here, have a sticker."
Right.
Yeah, that's cool though.
And is that what you with the
I
buttons?
think
Or the
from
business
there it
cards.
kind of really grew too.
Hey, you like
Like
sticky stuff?
we found our fan base, our home center, if you will.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
86,500 subscribers.
Well, you could do that.
It's
next
mind-blowing.
That's like
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's
of
awesome,
subscribers.
That's like
though.
filling 2 stadiums worth of people that just watch you.
And it's a lot of hard work, I'm sure. We'll get into later.
It's a lot of
questions,
hard
but
work.
That's
But your videos are so
one
good.
of the
But
questions.
you guys are great though.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because it gives me, I want to go to some of these
It's
locations
inspiring.
and I watch it. Yeah,
Same.
and I'm inspired by it. I'm like, oh man, look where they went. I want to do it. And so it is really cool.
That's
I
a
mean,
big
you
part
can
of
do
it.
that
That
with
has like
the
been the
post that
main
comes out next.
inspiration for everybody, is that we want to take people with us who can't who aren't able-bodied enough to go, whether it's, they have a disability or it's a health issue,
Right.
or they don't live here, or they're in the United States, but they're not even close to that location. How many times have we ourselves seen a video and went, man, I wish I could go to that.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
And that's, I think that's the passion behind it,
Yeah,
for sure.
it is.
That is.
Plus, like when you do get to watch it and then you do get to go to that place, you're like, I remember they were right here.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna go look where they just looked at. Like, so it really helps a
You
lot.
gotta trace
I
your
love
steps.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And you're very thorough. Like I just watched a recent David Bowie video, and a lot of people would just like set up and camp out in like 1 or 2 locations. You're like walking through like the alley and looking over there, and the videos are so well researched. It's just like it's just such a great storytelling mechanism for every video. Not that I've watched every one of your videos, but I've definitely studied up to have you on the show, and they're really good. I mean, they're really quality. I find it inspiring. I wish I could do something.
I love
like,
Jessica in the background.
little-
she's always like
a little
doing
bit is
something,
exact.
and I like when she's in there. And then I saw you guys were at the Halloween house, and you're like playing in the leaves.
Yeah, I in the beginning, when we had different equipment, I used to be the one behind the camera.
Okay.
And then as equipment evolved, I wasn't the one behind the camera anymore. And he'd be like, no, you got to be in it with me. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do.
I'm going to go play this.
So have fun. Yeah.
So I would just be myself. And, you know, I would try to not be in it too much because I don't really have anything to say, but I don't want to awkwardly just stand in the back like.
That's why I love when she'll just do something.
Yeah.
And
Just random.
I'll just,
that's
you know,
great.
and I'll just go experience it. And it's kind of become a thing where it's like, we're both genuinely experiencing it, but he's behind the camera.
Yeah.
So you get to see my reaction on the
Right.
camera because he's behind the camera.
Right.
So it's, you kind of get like both at the same time, both excitements, but one is visual, one's audio kind of thing. But like then, you know, we'll switch it around but we're both really like immersed in what we're doing in that moment. But I'm often off camera playing with bugs or
Or a cat.
a cat or I'm like a squirrel. I'm like, oh, what's that? And I'll run off.
I'm the
like,
same
"Where
way.
did
Like,
you
I
go?"
always gotta go and see
Melissa's
something.
the same. She'll
I'm the
get
exact same
sidetracked.
way. So
awesome.
trust me, I would do the whole leaf thing too when we go. So
You know, I see a lot of new names in our chat here, and we do the pre-show on Instagram at 7:30, and everybody's literally talking to you in all caps, and I can tell how much you are loved and how people are excited about what you create.
Thank you, guys.
Grimm-Life is
Grimm-Life
amazing. I love them so much.
Huge
Heart,
fan.
huge fan. Heart. I'm their biggest fan from Boise. I watch absolutely every one of their
Hi,
videos.
Rachel.
David Brandon. Oh,
Hi,
that's
Boise.
aw,
Rachel absolutely loves you guys.
so cool. All right, we got to get to these
Aw.
questions.
Hi, everybody.
But you got questions?
Yeah.
We have a myriad of questions.
Let me know.
Okay, your social security. No, I'm kidding.
What's your blood type?
What's your blood
favorite
type?
horror movie?
I actually have a very rare blood type.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
I do.
Isn't it type
Give
O?
the-
That's
the
rare.
universal.
No,
number.
it's what, AB
Negative?
negative?
Something like that.
AB
Yeah.
negative isn't type.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it's the rare one.
Something like that. Yeah. Not the bunny part.
That's one. You got 4 more. No, I'm kidding.
Jenny, why don't you lead us off?
Sure.
Because you were the one that came up with the majority of these questions. So
Well, we've been
At the
talking
same
about
time.
a lot of where obviously you visit locations and stuff like that. So we have a few questions like to go with that. I did want to ask. I'm trying to see if I can put two together here, but
you get
what,
one.
what was the
I'm sorry.
first location that you actually did? Like the first filming location? I'll be more specific. So filming location from a movie.
First filming location from a movie.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
And what movie?
And who directed it?
And who directed it? And what street? No, I'm
What
kidding.
year?
And what year? And how much did it gross at the box office?
It's okay. You can, if you don't know, you can just guess. You could guess.
I think, okay, I'm going back here.
I know the first one together, I think.
1, 2.
Would have been Fulci together.
The first one together was probably Lucio Fulci's City of the Living Dead in Savannah, Georgia.
Which
Ah,
I was
there
so
you
Both
go.
of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that because everyone swears that was done in the famous cemetery in Savannah,
Bonaventure.
Georgia, in Bonaventure, and it wasn't. And we tracked it down.
That's
We
awesome.
found it, the actual location.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
everyone was like, no, it's in Bonaventure. And we're like, no. And I think we're the first people to actually film it.
Oh,
And then they locked the
That's
gates.
awesome.
So you can't get in.
Sorry.
after
That's
you or
awesome.
before you?
After us.
Well, then it's all good.
Right?
Nice, exclusive.
We need to do more filming locations, like movie locations. They've been to some in like Covington, Kentucky, and all that, like the Haunt movie and all that stuff.
Yeah,
That would be
Jenny's,
cool.
Jenny's really good with that in Friday
Yeah.
the 13th. So
Yeah, and Friday the 13th.
yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Why don't you ask this one?
Next question. So how long does it take to research a location that you guys visit before you go?
Ooh, that depends.
So the filming location videos that we do take the longest because I am very, very, very
Meticulous.
about lining up
Yeah.
shots as perfect as I possibly can because there's people. No, there's no wrong way of doing a filming location video. There's not. Some people go out there and they just talk about it. Some people hold up a picture and stuff. I really like to get creative and just try to fade it in as like seamlessly as possible, as if I'm the one creating the movie.
you like to try to get the same frame that they had, but at the same time with different equipment. So we know it's going to be different, but we want to get as close as possible. So the angle, the lighting, like he really wants to be like dead on as much as possible.
Well, it's so you can relate with like the scene or something.
Yeah.
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 It's easier for people to identify also, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
The video, I think I talked about it during the pre-show. Today, I told you I went hiking 6 miles to a location to film. And I really didn't do any research for that. I knew what I was going to, and I knew the story. But sometimes you just let the adventure tell the story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I was hiking, whatever I came across that I felt was necessary or would translate well to camera is what I put in the video. So it varies. It really does. But the filming locations always are the hardest to prepare for.
I would say the second up would be like famous murder locations,
like
because there's so much news articles to go through and dates, and sometimes we get a little tongue-tied or tripped up and we get them wrong because sometimes they're wrong on the internet too. And then we're like, oh, wrong article or something like that, you know. And so it's a lot to comb through for sure.
You're putting something on the internet for everybody to see, anybody to see, and to critique, and it's on there for good. Once you put it on there, it's on there. And no matter how much research you do, once you start adding excitement, like you get excited about something, all of a sudden you forget little pieces, and then that's what the internet like focuses on, and it becomes so much fun for them, which is awesome. Or if you're filming something like a murder site, and then all of a sudden you're pointing your camera at the house, and then you have all the neighbors watching you. And you know they know what you're there for. And then all of a sudden security and the housing plan comes around, and you're like, oh, for the love of Pete. What's his name again? You know what I mean? It's an adventure.
Everything definitely plays into it for sure.
Nice. All right, so we have to ask this question. What was the weirdest place that you visited? Like the most oddball?
Out of all of them.
You're there, you're like, why am I here?
One would it be?
I have a story.
That's fine.
I have a story.
We have 42 minutes. Go nuts. I'm just kidding. Take as much time as you need.
I'll let you take it because I can't think of anything that was like terribly weird for me because everything was always so normal in my head. So you go for it.
There was one time in my travels where I was truly terrified, and I was kind of stuck in the crosshairs.
It was Texas.
This is Texas.
I think I know that story.
Yeah. So on the drive out here to California, we stopped in Waco, Texas, and we did a video on the Branch Davidian compound. But years ago, before they locked it down, I mean, it's not locked down, but you have to
a big gate.
You have to. It's almost like a gift shop now, where if you want to go, you have to go between this time and that time, right?
Yeah.
Years ago, I did a road trip through Texas back whenever Grimm-Life was just a website, and I was writing and taking pictures. And Texas is a shoot first site. State. Like if you're on somebody's property, they can shoot you, and that's okay.
Wow.
So we don't trespass now. We don't.
Right.
We tell people don't do this, and if we're not going to get the shot, we don't get the shot. We don't trespass. We ask for permission for everything. But back then, I arrived at the Branch Davidian compound in Waco, Texas, and I figured, well, crap, I came here from Pittsburgh. Nobody's around. I'm going to get my shot. So I walked onto the property, and I took pictures of, the old building that used to be there. And in the back of the property, there's a church, and the church is still standing. And the Branch Davidians, that David Koresh was the religious sect, the Branch Davidians are still there, and they're still the Branch Davidians, and they're still practicing. They just don't have a cult leader. There's no religious zealot.
I didn't know that either.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting there and I'm standing out front and I'm taking a picture of the church.
Oh my God.
And you know how many of you see in old Westerns, off in the distance, a horse is coming by and you see that puff of smoke behind them?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So across the field and down this dirt road, I see this smoke, like dirt coming up, billowing. And I'm like, oh crap. Well, that's the road I need to go to get out of here.
For me.
Somebody's coming this way. What do I do? And so I stood there with my camera, and so they knew exactly what I was doing. And they got closer and they stopped right in front of me. And my heart just seized for a moment, you know? I'm like, okay. Lady rolled down the window and she looked at me and she said, are you the one selling the puppies?
Are you the one?
Yes, I am. We're all out.
I went, excuse me?
Oh my
She
God.
goes, on Craigslist, are you the one selling the puppies?
Oh my God.
And I went, no, probably down that way. And I left.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
It
I
was-
would have been scared
that
too.
is
Yeah,
scary.
that's pretty terrifying.
Right? Like knowing what happened there and that they still practice.
that is
Well,
pretty
him.
scary, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet,
Wow,
I
I-
bet you were terrified. Your heart
Did
was
you
I'm
know
gonna have to
that
watch
in the
that
chat?
video
Did
now.
you know that that's still a thing? I thought that was like the end of
I
that
thought
because
it
that was
was
a
over,
big
too.
deal when
Yeah.
I was growing up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is crazy. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll follow up with a question then. Have you had any ghost encounters? Like, have you had any, because that was probably like filled with weird stuff, but have you been somewhere and
Look
you
at that
felt
smile.
something or?
Like, have you ever seen or heard anything? They're both smiling. It's cute. I love it.
Well,
Okay.
I'm ready for this story.
You asked the $1 million question.
Oh,
Yes.
I win. Yay.
Before Jessica and I met,
Uh-huh.
I was living in Savannah, Georgia. She was living in Orlando.
A very haunted city, by the
Savannah,
way.
And-
yeah, Savannah's very haunted.
She came up to Savannah, Georgia, and we got together and we ended up getting married. Whole story, blah, blah, blah. There was trumpets. There was unicorns. I mean, it was weird.
There always is. There
Right?
were doves.
That's where
Right?
puppies
Like
went.
doves that were singing Led Zeppelin. I don't know. But at the time, I was working in what is listed as the most haunted house in the South.
Wow.
It's called the Sorrel Weed House. I was doing ghost tours in this house,
Sounds
as well as
Oh,
doing
that's awesome.
walking
Check it out
tours.
for people
Yeah.
listening because we get this question a lot.
And my entire life, I've always wanted to believe in ghosts. And I always felt that I saw a ghost or I experienced something. It wasn't until I started spending a lot of time in this house that I started having some severe experiences, like seeing full body apparitions.
Wow.
And we've got pictures, we've got audio. I got goosebumps just talking about it.
Wow.
And we would have people come in to take the tour who are like, I do not want to be here.
Okay.
I don't believe in this crap. I'm here for my wife. And then halfway through, they run out of the house. Jessica has a pretty crazy experience inside this house.
Wow.
Oh, I'd like to hear that.
Wow.
Which one?
The
Which one?
one with-
Wow.
Yeah. Well, okay.
There's more than one.
So like I was a believer before this, and I have experiences before this one, but this was probably my most intense experience. We're walking through the house, just doing the tours have already been over. We're locking things down, making sure everything is clean and all the people are out, and turning off the lights, that sort of thing. And in Savannah, it's like a I guess it's technically a 3-story mansion. So there's basement, regular floor, upstairs, and then there's like an attic, but we don't go up in the attic. So we're walking through and we just start hearing like there's someone in the house. We're like, great, because in Savannah you can drink on the streets. It's completely legal,
Yeah.
which happens a lot late at night. And so we're not closed up yet. So it's like, oh man, someone's in the house. Someone wandered in or something. Let's go find out what's going on. And we start walking through the house and there's nobody there. And the more we look, the more violent the sounds are getting.
Wow.
It got so loud and so violent, the doors shutting, banging on walls, or like just commotion, that I actually got out my taser because I thought it was a real person.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
And I thought that like a real person was going to walk around the corner and there was never anybody there.
Wow.
Wow.
Has like Ghost
that's
Adventures
creepy.
been there before, or has anybody done any actual investigations at that house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
I have a question for you guys.
Ooh.
Yeah, what's up?
We
Oh,
don't get
spooky.
questions.
The tables have turned.
no.
I love it. Let's do it.
I have a very strange question for you guys.
Yeah.
Look who we are. Of course it would be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
How do I phrase this?
I don't know. I don't know the question.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
no.
If you were to see with your own two eyes a full body apparition, what do you think it would look like?
I can answer this question.
Johnny
Okay.
can, because I think Johnny's the one out of all of us that's actually seen something like that, and he can actually explain it to you more. I don't think Jenny and I have seen anything.
I have.
I think I remember seeing something, but I'm not sure, because I think it would look just like a regular person to me, so I wouldn't know the difference if it was a human or a ghost. But I think I saw something many years ago when I was a kid, but I'm not sure. So
to me, it looks like TV static. That's what it's always looked like to me. When you or a weird way of perceiving depth. Like if you look down a hallway, and if a person was there, you would know something's in front of you, and then you can know that there's space behind them. For me, it's like it stops there, and I could see. I basically, like I said, it looks like an outline of TV static. But I've seen a full-on person before, so.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, whenever you hear someone tell about ghost stories and their encounters, they tell, like, the ghost looks like a person. Like, they describe them, what they're wearing and what they're looking like, and then some people just say how they're a dark figure. So I'm not sure what they would look like or how to describe them.
I've experienced different versions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a different encounter, but that's for another show. I'll tell you guys.
The ones that I
was
saw,
really
and I asked this because I didn't expect this. I was giving a tour. There was 30 people on my tour, right?
Yeah.
And as a tour guide, if you've ever been on a ghost, ghost tour, like a walking tour or anything, the guide has a flashlight,
Right.
and they're shining. This happened over here. This happened over here.
Right.
And I'm standing in the courtyard, and they got the big mansion on one side and the carriage house on the other. And I'm talking about the lady of the house who jumped off the second floor balcony and committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm directing people's attention where to look, I point my flashlight up, and there was this figure standing up there. And as soon as my flashlight hit her, she bolted, and she just disappeared into the wall. And I wasn't the only person that saw it. Everybody else did.
Got the money's worth.
Wow.
And I was embarrassed because I was like, I know you guys are on a ghost tour. Please don't think that this is planned, because I'm kind of freaking out right now.
Yeah.
And inside the house, we have another photo of a full body apparition. And it's kind of what you were saying, Johnny, of it's like static. And I always tell people, imagine, when you walk into a cemetery, you have these gray stones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine if you were to take a flashlight, a dim flashlight, and shine it on that stone.
Yeah.
Keep the light there, and then make everything else dark, like it's nighttime.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the apparitions look like, at least to me, whenever I saw them. It was just like a light, like a bright stone.
Wow.
If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Which kind of comes across
yeah.
as static.
My favorite experience in that house didn't even happen inside the house.
Yeah.
And I love this story because it connected us before I ever even got to set foot in that house. When we were, at this point, we were engaged. And I was still in Florida watching because they would broadcast live as the patrons would pay and do their own investigation. So you can hear them.
Yeah.
They can't see you or anything. It's just black and white. And there's nobody in the women's parlor, the men's parlor. And I'm blowing up Michael's phone because through my computer, I can hear old time music, piano, like someone's having like a party in the 1900s.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's clear as day. And I couldn't get, because he's doing the tour, he doesn't know what's happening. And then people walk into the room and they hear nothing, but I can still hear it through my computer.
Wow.
So I'm seeing them doing their own investigations, and I'm like, oh my God, I can hear it. Why can't you hear it? I got so excited. I'm screaming at my monitor in my house in my bedroom, at midnight, and like no one can hear me. And later on, I was so excited to tell him about it. And he's like, oh, you know what? Some people are saying like last week or something like that, that they had heard some parlor music.
That's crazy.
Like, I think in the house.
It's crazy how some people can hear it
so
and see
cool.
things, but other people's can't.
Well, they'll use like cell phones
Yeah.
or any type of devices to like go through stuff. So, you know, to like see. That's why you take pictures and you can see them that way.
Yeah,
too,
yeah. I actually
Like
grew up
crazy.
in a haunted house. Like before that house,
So
I
did
Johnny.
experienced
So did
things
Johnny.
all my childhood.
Johnny
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah, Johnny.
You too, Johnny?
Yeah, I grew up in a haunted house, 310 Richter Street in River Rouge, Michigan. Haunted AF.
St. Louis, Missouri, well, St. Charles,
Wow.
ye old town.
Crazy.
Turns out my house was a part of the Underground Railroad,
Oh, wow.
and the bones of my house was the original slave quarters for a plantation.
Oh, wow.
Oof.
When we discovered that later, we had to do some work in the house. We had to pull some of the siding off, and it was an actual standing log cabin that they just built around.
Oh, wow.
And across the street was the plantation house. But, you know, I didn't know that as a kid because it just looked like this massive house.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
So it's
crazy
like,
stuff.
It's like in your DNA. Yeah. Ooh, this is
That's
good.
That's scary.
I know, it's so exciting. It's so exciting, and it's so weird sometimes when you try to talk about these things and other people don't have a point of reference. Like they can't really understand
they
like
can't
the words
relate to
you're
it.
using to describe stuff. So that's really interesting. That's
Jessica,
really...
your mom's on. She said hi.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Shannon. Hi, David. Hi, Susie.
Hi, Jessica's
Oh,
mom.
look at all these people.
Hi,
Hi,
Mom.
Laura.
Hey,
Hi,
David.
Grayson. Everybody's saying
I
hi.
know
Hi.
everybody's putting stuff
Hit
in
the-
here. I'm
hit the
sorry.
heart, hit
We've
the
just
like,
been
show
like
the love, do
so
all the
immersed
things.
with whew.
Cute. Awesome. What do we got next?
Wow.
Wow, that took up a big chunk
Yes.
of
That
that.
was fun to talk
So-
about.
Yeah, you're welcome. I
So-
told you.
let me just ask you something really quick, and it's still in the same category. So have you had any type of encounters though when you're doing your vlog, like your videos
Like
and
on
your
camera?
locations? Have you done anything besides
Nothing. We've never caught anything on camera.
But like, have you?
But we used to
felt
do our
in a
own
way?
investigations in the house where I have recordings, but
It's funny you asked that,
Yeah.
Spooky Jen.
Has anything ever followed you home? Like you never had any encounters at home or anything like that from these haunted locations?
No.
No. Okay.
That's good.
That's
But
good.
no.
today's video, my 6-mile hike, was to a haunted location where supposedly people hear things. And I said on camera, I was like, listen, spirits, the people who died here, I can't hear anything now, but later on when I'm editing this, if somebody's saying something, so it might pop up. This video.
you
that's-
Now I gotta
haven't
watch
checked
this
it yet.
tomorrow.
It's
I
like
can't
very
wait.
low.
So I guess you
Not
can't
tomorrow.
tell us where
It'll
you
be-
went, right? We have to wait till
days.
I love all
tomorrow.
these people putting
Yeah.
out their
2
own
days.
experiences in the chat. Yeah, continue to do that. Talk about what you experienced. Put that in the chat.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
so,
wow.
so that video, not tomorrow. It'll be
Okay.
the day after that. Tomorrow's
Okay.
going to be another filming location
Okay.
video.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We will watch it.
I want to know.
You just have to.
I
you're
always
just gonna have to
debate
wait,
whether or
Jenny.
not we should let loose, like,
It seems like the anticipation
right?
Yeah.
is so much fun.
I don't know. I like it being a surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll wait.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So,
Whew.
I'll take the next one. Do you take suggestions from your viewers for new content?
We do.
Mhm.
We do. We get a lot of messages,
A lot.
and we try really hard to
Yeah.
answer every single one of them, and eventually we do. Sometimes it might take a while, but we do. In fact, somebody today from Orlando, I was messaging with, they suggested that we do something on Lucille Ball and
Mhm.
Desi Arnaz.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's a great freaking idea,
That's
because
great,
I've been
yeah.
thinking about it.
My favorites are like when people start suggesting things that we've already done though, and it's like, we already did it. We did it. We did that too. We did that.
Yeah.
We did that, and then that. Or people like just throw these suggestions at us, and then they'll check up on it, and it's like, we're getting to it. I promise. Yes, we do plan to do that video. We have a long list
Right.
that we're trying to get through.
Yeah.
You know, in no
Few.
particular order. It's just whatever works out with weather or work. You know, but eventually it's like, I promise you we'll do it.
Yeah.
Or a lot of places we'll keep going to, but they're under construction right now.
Well,
So it's like,
yeah.
It'll happen. I promise. I promise.
Eventually one day. And that takes us to our next question here. Is there any location you guys wanted to do that you haven't done yet? Like a dream location of your choice?
Blue sky. Pick anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world.
Well, how about we'll do one in the world and then one in the U.S.
Okay.
You go first.
My gosh. All right. So the world. I would love to visit a place called the Hellfire Caves.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is that the
I haven't heard of that one.
No, it's just like an old. Think of like old Masons. But it was like a secret club. The Hellfire Club, I think it is.
Okay.
And the caves are just absolutely beautiful, and I'd love to go look at it
And where
someday.
is that?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head right now.
I'll look it up.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, that sounds really cool.
Here in the United States, oddly enough, believe it or not, shoot, man, been to a lot of places.
Yeah.
And we plan on hitting them all.
While you think all that, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll start with the world because I really, there's a lot of places. I want to see everything and everywhere, but the one that's been fascinating me the most has been Edinburgh, Scotland. Was basically built on top of another city.
My daughter went there.
I would love to do locations in Scotland and
I want to go to Scotland to meet my future wife.
I want to go and find the city beneath Edinburgh.
Well, my daughter went there.
Entire city.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was there almost 2 years ago now. She's got a lot of pictures, so if you want to see anything, Jessica, let me know.
That's so cool. Yeah, I've seen, I have friends there that were telling me about it, and I was like, don't spoil it. I want to see it for myself. Maybe a picture or two, that's fine. But, you know, everybody gives me spoilers, and I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I want my reaction to be, like, genuine. I want to, like, see it, not be like, oh, I saw that online, and that's cool to see it now in person, but it takes away a little bit of sparkle for me.
In Edinburgh, there's also a little haunt. It's called Edinburgh Dungeon. Look that up. If you ever get to go, you got to go to that because I follow them and they're really nice. They'll answer things back and stuff like that. But my daughter went to that too, and it does a little haunt. You even get like in a little boat, and it goes through like I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but the Sawney Bean. The Sawney Bean story. Do you know about that story?
Oh yeah, I think I do. Is that with and I'm probably confusing a couple of stories together. There's a burning of the witches thing in Scotland, and I don't know if that's connected to it or not.
Not really. No, this was about a family that like kind of like they were cannibal. Well, not cannibals, but they would. They lived in a cave.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and they weren't cannibals, but they were
That's what they did. The Hills Have Eyes was an inspiration for the Hills Have Eyes.
Everybody was together, but anyway, anybody that would come by, like people that were walking by or whatever, they would bring them in the cave and they'd end up cooking them up and eating them.
Yeah,
the Sawney Bean family. Look it up.
Yeah, sometimes I forget. He's the one that has like the computer brain. He remembers everything, and then I'll forget something until someone will go into detail, and I'm like, oh yeah, I already remember that now.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I have my holy grail of places here in the United States.
Yeah,
go for it.
It's the grave of I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
You're allowed to not know
Charles
something.
Starkweather.
Where?
I've heard you say this before.
So in Lincoln, Nebraska, basically in the middle of nowhere, is the grave of spree killer Charles Starkweather. He was a 1950s killer. Him and his girlfriend, Catherine Fugati, I think it's how you say her last name, went pretty much all throughout like the Midwest and was killing people. Their story went on to inspire like movies such as Frighteners.
Okay.
I'm sure you guys have probably seen that, like the two killers in there, Busey and that. That's all based off of Charles Starkweather.
Oh, wow.
What about like natural born killers?
Like Mickey and Mallory
like
Knox, Charles Starkweather.
Okay.
Yeah, they went to the
My
filming
location
locations
in
for
the
the
US doesn't have
natural
as
born killers.
exciting. Or at least doesn't have that. I mean, it does have a backstory, but I've never been to Salem.
Yeah.
I want to see some of the oldest.
I haven't. They got to go.
Johnny and I went a few years ago for Halloween.
It's very touristy, and you have to plan ahead.
Yeah,
This was
I
like
imagine that it
pre-COVID.
is probably a little touristy, but I gotta go there. You know,
We are planning ahead.
It is definitely a must-see.
There are some
definitely, especially
really
for
good
Halloween.
haunted attractions up there, like amazing. haunted attractions in the Northeast.
And we
gotta
did
go back up there.
and we went to Sleepy Hollow.
Jackie.
We did the
Oh
Sleepy
my
Hollow
gosh.
Cemetery there.
Oh
as well.
yeah, I want to do Sleepy
Yeah,
Hollow too.
that was pretty neat. We did a live stream from in there,
Yeah.
so
That's cool.
mhm.
Jackie in our chat said she would want to go to the Suicide Forest in Japan. Yeah, that's
I-
that's
Oh,
a,
yeah.
that's a
a little
crazy one.
hardcore for me. I think I'm gonna skip
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
I'll go during
No
the
thanks.
I think
day,
that would be
Yeah.
too hard for me too, honestly.
Yeah, that's a little hardcore.
and it's really far
Yeah.
from Tokyo.
John
too.
Like if I
Missouri's-
stumbled upon a body, I've never seen a real dead body, and I don't know what effects it'll have on my psyche. But if I found one in the forest like that in Japan, I think I might lose a little
Yeah,
of my
same.
Well,
Yeah.
Johnny and Melissa did.
I'm sorry, what?
You saw a dead body.
We did?
You watched a guy die.
Oh,
Oh,
the guy that died at the
The
airport?
guy who died at the airport.
Yeah,
When
we're-
we were actually coming back from
Yeah.
our Massachusetts trip,
Yep.
and there was a guy that died
Yep.
just before we
Like
got on the plane.
literally, Johnny can
like
tell the
literally,
story.
Literally,
we got
there's an
stuck
older
on a
guy.
plane.
Yep.
I'm not gonna talk trash about the airline. I'm not gonna name them Frontier. And we go up the escalator, and there was an older gentleman who the escalator was broken, so he was very old, and he had to climb the stairs. So he got up to the top of the stairs, and everybody's just getting off the plane after we'd sat on there for like 2 or 3 hours
Yep.
while they're trying to fix it
Yep.
or whatever. So we deboard the plane back into the airport, and this guy just starts stumbling. And he literally looks right at me, and like the lights just go out.
He just
Yeah,
drops.
just
Oh, wow.
drops.
Yep.
It was very, very, very sad and very, very scary. As a matter of fact, I like turned her around because
I
Yeah.
thought he had like passed out
He
or
was
something,
done.
but he was
Yeah.
gone.
it was
gone.
really sad.
Yeah, it was.
That's
sad.
like so
Yeah.
sweet and so sad at the same
Yeah.
I've
time.
never seen anything like that happen to me before.
And
So it
I
was,
did
very sad.
clinicals for trying to be a paramedic at one point, and we had like the worst class ever. It was like dead bodies everywhere. Like
Wow.
it was like we were supposed to like go into a hotel, or we're supposed to go into like a hospital and like spend like 12 hours there, spend 12 hours like at a shift at like a firehouse or whatever. And like
Mhm.
everywhere we went, it was like the Grim Reaper. I'm pretty sure my class was killing people. It was like Final Destination. And
They were like, look,
and
I'll let
a
you see
person
that.
had died, and they had a heart attack. And one of the things we had to do was like do like clinical stuff, like whatever, like perform CPR or whatever. And I had to perform CPR on somebody that had died. And it's really weird because when you learn CPR, you learn on a dummy, and you do like the the practice,
Compressions
whatever.
and then the breathing.
And the nurse is like, no, you really have to get in there. And she's like, you can hear the guy's like sternum cracking. It was just, ugh.
Oh.
It was, ugh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's,
So
it's
I've
creepy.
seen many a dead body.
Yeah, it's definitely
creepy.
creepy. So to see what happened like in real life like
Yeah.
that, it's just
It's
It was
yeah,
sad.
It's pretty
Yeah.
weird. Anyways, enough about us. Sorry.
Yeah.
You guys, you're the
Moving
guests.
on, moving on.
It's
No, that's
So I
not
watched
right.
HauntScene with
Your
Grimm-Life
guests go up.
Collective, and all they
That's a
talked
great
about was
story.
ghosts and death. It's crazy.
It was a good time.
Grim Life.
Yeah.
That's
HauntScene.
Right.
I mean,
right.
what do you expect us to talk about?
Yeah.
I'm
Did you
gonna,
guys
I'm
see
gonna
that
make
new
some. Go ahead.
Did you guys see that new Care Bear movie?
No.
No, what? No.
Where's the punchline?
But that sounds scary.
That does sound terrifying.
I know.
You can retheme that to a
and
horror
I immediately
movie.
thought of a horror.
Yeah, and you know
Yes,
what's
Care
funny?
Bear
a horror
movie.
Care Bear movie.
It was almost
Yes.
like he asked the question, like, "So, what's your favorite horror movie?"
Yeah.
You know, when
We're
we
not.
do-
We have plenty of stuff to talk about. We
He
don't have to
twists
ask
He
that.
twists that into.
Yeah.
Have you
But
seen
it
Care
was
Bear
funny.
movie?
Yeah, we have a running joke on the show where if we ever actually ask a guest like what their favorite horror movie is, we have completely run out of things to talk about.
We've heard,
So,
We've
So-
had
Yeah.
them. Yep.
what else we got here?
There's a.
I got a question, but I'm going to go out of order.
Go ahead.
So I want to know because from watching the Eileen Warnes video, do you guys still have Victoria?
No.
Oh,
No.
A week after moving to Orlando from Savannah, Georgia,
Like 5 days.
Oh.
somebody completely totaled her. I was in the car, I was at a stoplight, and somebody rear-ended me and
It was a dark and
destroyed the
rainy
car.
night,
Yeah.
and they
Sorry.
didn't see a car at the stoplight, so they ran into that car, which was Victoria.
Oh, so we got to give a little backstory on Victoria
Yeah.
because what
Yes.
was Victoria?
Yes.
Victoria was a 1984 Cadillac Fleetwood hearse.
And it was
It
beautiful.
was
Oh,
a
no.
monster machine, but she was our
Mhm.
baby.
She purred like a kitten.
Yeah.
She sounded so awesome when you started up. It was a smooth ride.
It was like driving a couch down the highway.
It looked comfy.
Yeah.
It was very comfy,
but
yeah.
you want to know a secret that nobody knows?
Yes.
Yeah.
The windshield, the seal up on the windshield was leaking. There was a big rust spot, so every time it would rain, it was like sitting
got
under a
soaked.
waterfall.
Oh no.
That is not what I thought you were going to say, though, when you said you had a secret about the hearse. I thought you were going to mention the casket.
Oh no! Well, the casket was real.
There's a
Yeah,
casket
so
in
the
there.
hearse,
Casket?
when you
Casket?
bought
I
it,
mean, why would there be?
came
there
with
some
an
value in it?
actual casket that was used at a crematorium for viewings.
Yeah, it still had the
Wow.
makeup on the pillow inside it.
Yeah, it came with a little certificate and everything.
Damn.
Well,
It
so
became
wait,
a
was
coffee
the
table for a
casket
long
was
time.
in
All
there
right,
when they
I
hit
can't
you?
top that. That's insane.
They're-
Yeah, the casket was in there when it was purchased. Yeah,
Oh my god!
wow.
So
So
they
it was like a
messed up the
package deal?
casket and everything.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it smelled great. It just smelled like cedar.
Was the
Oh.
casket saved when they got in the accident?
No,
No.
Oh, they plowed right into it.
Oh,
We had it
no,
for
I
a
would've
while, but
sued
eventually
them
we
and
had
everything.
to scrap it.
Oh, what a joke.
Damn. Oh, what a loss.
No,
That
That
that does suck. I'm
no,
sad.
I'm
now.
sad for Victoria.
Yeah.
thanks for bringing up bad memories.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
And out.
Jenny was the one that asked that
Sorry,
question.
we'll
And
bring
I'm
this
gonna
back.
leave now.
It's okay.
Okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead,
ask this
ask
one. I'm gonna
my
ask this
question.
one.
Yeah.
So, if you could meet any of the celebrities from the graves or places that you visited, who would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
That's hard.
Man.
The hard-hitting
No.
That is
questions
That's a
on
tough-
HauntScene.
that's a tough
hard. I
one.
know who I would meet that you
and
guys went to.
either of you can take this, or both of you.
I have one. My very, very first ever Grimm-Life location. It wasn't a video, and there's no video, but it was the very first time that I took my camera and I wrote about something. And it was whenever I got to visit. I was like, I had to go visit her grave. I had to visit her grave. It was Lizzie Borden.
Oh,
Okay.
And
okay.
I remember standing above Lizzie Borden's grave and just looking down at her and going, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not like,
Yeah.
not that she was
Hope not.
ever like,
Just
No,
go.
yeah.
yeah, she
For the
wasn't like,
clarification.
Yeah.
yeah. But that was the very first taste of visiting Grimm locations was
Oh, wow.
Lizzie Borden's grave. And if I could, I'd probably go back and talk to her now that I think about it, because everybody knows her. There's
Yeah.
a nursery rhyme, so to speak,
Yep.
about her.
Mhm.
She
Yep.
was never charged with the murders,
Right.
and she lived her entire life in seclusion after that and
Yeah.
died of an old age.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just, I can only imagine
The story she would have.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
What about you?
I can barely remember
Did you
yesterday.
go to the Borden house then?
I did.
Okay. Wow.
I
That's
have
so cool.
pictures, but no video. At some point, we have something in the works
Okay.
for that area of the country
Okay.
later this year.
Okay.
Fingers crossed, knock on
Ooh.
wood.
Yeah.
That's really
That's
exciting.
cool. I would love to
Yeah.
go there too.
Big plans.
Where's that located? The Borden house?
Fall River, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a huge Supernatural fan. And so when like Sam and Dean went there, do you remember that? They did the Lizzie
They did an
Borden.
episode
Mhm.
there? I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
You have to go back and watch it.
You
Do
have to go-
do you remember what season it was?
Oh God, no. They have 15 seasons.
I just restarted season 1, so I'm
It's
starting
too
from the top.
daunting for me to even start it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
I love Supernatural.
hmm Especially Dean. yeah.
Wow.
Michael actually sort of got to meet him.
Yeah.
Michael was an extra on Bloody Valentine.
Yeah, my
Shut
Lady
up!
Valentine
No
3D.
way.
I
and
love
I got
Bloody
to.
Valentine.
Wait, you're like in the movie? Like you're on screen?
I was.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
But
awesome.
in he was one of the miners, so you can't see his face.
Oh, that's
that is
cool.
really cool.
Dude, that's so cool.
That is really cool.
The original or the remake?
No, it's
The remake.
It's the remake.
Yeah, right. Thanks. Yeah.
How was Jensen? Was he like really nice?
He was very nice.
Yeah?
Very nice.
He seems
very
like
tall.
he's cool.
I just remember him being very tall. But now
Yeah,
that I
he is
think
tall.
about
He
it,
looks short on
No,
TV,
he's
though.
super tall.
Sam's like the dean.
He was standing. So when I met him and got to talk to him, he was coming out of his wardrobe trailer, and he was standing on like the steps that come down.
Yeah.
That's probably why I remember him being tall.
Because Michael is 6'2".
Oh, he's how tall?
Michael is 6'2".
Oh,
So
okay,
I mean,
you're
when you met him, he was probably in like those big boots that the miners wore. So he probably would have been like 6'3", 6'4" in those boots and stuff. Because I know he's about the same height, 6'2", 6'3" ish, and then the other one is like 6'4".
Yeah.
That's why everyone was small on that show. Yeah.
They don't like they don't do the Tom Cruise thing where everybody has to be like shorter than him.
Tom Cruise 5'1",
right? Have to have boots in their shoes.
Oh my god. That's awesome. That's really cool to know.
That's
Well, now I have to get your autograph because you were in a movie. You know, you can.
I get the most response. I get messages probably about once a week from people going, "I saw you in the movie. She's out of your league."
Yep.
So.
You were in that too.
I was in that too. Yeah.
Oh really?
You see on screen and everything.
On screen,
yeah. You'll watch it. You'll be like, "Oh, that's Grimm."
So why are you not doing any signings? You know, like celebrity
autographs. You should be at Spooky.
You're that guy behind the guy. You're that guy.
You're that miner in Bloody Valentine.
That's awesome. That's pretty cool, though. That's cool.
That's awesome. It's an IMDb page, man.
I know, right?
Do you have an IMDb page?
I do.
Yes!
That is cool. So wait, we need to tell Rick. We got a little competition.
Yeah, we got another celebrity on our show.
Yeah, you know, I know you guys know Rick from 13X, right?
He does the mask.
From 13X?
13X Studios.
Rick,
he vends it.
No, I don't know.
Oh, well, we got to hook you guys up next time you're at Spooky Empire.
He does the hockey mask.
Yeah.
I remember the hockey mask. I just don't remember the man.
Yeah. No,
the man behind the mask.
You just got to meet Rick once. And
you'll know Rick. But he's going to be in Terrifier too. He's the selfie guy in Terrifier too.
So
that's cool.
That's kind of the running joke is he's got like an IMDb
page. Selfie guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You haven't made it until you have an IMDb page. Do we have anything else on our list?
We have so many comments.
We've got a couple minutes left. Does anybody have any questions?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Do you guys know the Muffin Man?
Which is hilarious because that's like a running joke all the time in our marriage.
Yeah.
So you do know the Muffin Man.
Yeah. Because you'll start to say something like you're like, "Honey, do you?" And you'll trail off, and he's like, "No, the Muffin Man." I'm like, "Yes, I do." I'm like, "Yeah, that guy's a dick."
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Oh, I have a question. We forgot. This is on the back of the sheet. This one goes to Jessica. Jessica, what is your favorite part of Jenny's anatomy? I don't know. I didn't write that down. It's on the sheet. So,
a really good question would be, what is the color of her eyes? Which I think are blue.
You don't make it up that far.
I did. I remember I was in the vicinity of the eyes. Maybe.
What's funny is Michael goes, "I'm here for the chicken tenders," and you were eating a chicken tender when Jessica said that to me. It was so funny because he was like, and I have my 13-year-old daughter next to me, and she's like, whatever, I'm used to it.
It comes with the territory, man.
Yep.
You can't help it when look.
I'm telling you, we should put that.
It is a heavy responsibility.
Listen, nobody knows but me. It sure is. Well, Melissa,
I do, and Johnny and I get to sit here and stare at it all day. So I mean, that's kind of nice.
Melissa will come over, fluff them up,
but
and
they're
then
like,
just lay her head down.
See, I'm respectful of Jenny's pillows. So
we can have one head on each.
Correction.
Each one.
They're called yabos.
Yes.
Yabos.
Oh, I love that.
Yabos.
He says what? He loves your yabos.
That's awesome.
That's a good.
That's from Hocus Pocus.
Classic movie.
That was the last question that we have on our list.
Our friend Alex here wants to know where you got your Tales from the Crypt shirt from.
There's a store here in Burbank called Halloween Town. And everybody knows it.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and
I have another question after that one. Go ahead.
Yeah, they have amazing shirts there. I got a couple different shirts from there. So my plan, as failed as it may be, was to, okay, we have a filming location video up. Maybe I should put on a shirt for that movie. So I bought this shirt specifically for the Tales from the Crypt Demon Night filming location video we did.
John
I haven't done it
said
since.
Amy was very impressed. That's funny. John.
Boobies.
Did you even wear that shirt for the film?
Show
I
me
did
your
wear it
boobies.
for the film.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll buy them and we'll forget.
I like my t-shirt.
You know
Yeah.
what you guys just got some really cool stuff from that I watched is when you went to camp. What was it? Camp
Horror.
Camp
Camp
Horror.
Horror. Camp Horror.
Yeah.
Yes.
Camp
Oh my
Horror.
god, that was so freaking cool. That
We've done it twice now.
ah, that is one place. Trust me, you guys will love. We have to go. If
Wait,
we go
where
to
is it again?
California.
Camp
It-
Horror?
It's in California.
It's in California?
Yeah, the place is called the Bearded Ladies Mystic Museum.
Oh,
and it's in
Bearded
Burbank
Ladies!
as well.
I didn't know that. I just saw the Mystic Museum. Yeah.
Have,
And,
you guys,
well-
have you guys ever been to Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas?
Not inside.
No.
Okay.
So
I
we're gonna
went
be-
there 2 years ago. It was amazing. It was really cool. Lots of
We
different
want
haunted
to?
artifacts.
But we want to see it, but they won't let us film inside.
Yeah, we couldn't do anything
I think
inside.
there's
Take any
only
pictures.
like two. Like there's
yeah.
only limited people because
The first room was the only room we could take stock pictures in. The rest of the stuff we couldn't take pictures in.
well,
Yeah.
the BuzzFeed's been in there.
Yeah.
I watched them
Those
do it.
buzzy people.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a video.
We're going to
on
be
it.
in Vegas next weekend. We have an event coming up next weekend.
Mhm.
And we reached out to them again.
Yeah.
Every time we go to Vegas, we reach out to them and
Yeah.
see if we can get in there for something.
Yeah.
They haven't responded yet.
Yeah.
They might have
Yeah.
blocked us.
Do you put like, do you know who I am in the emails? Because
That's what
It
John
usually
does.
works for us.
In all caps, do you know who I am?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah.
try it sometimes. Just let me know how it
You
works
should,
out.
yeah, you should definitely go there.
Right.
Yeah.
But the horror Camp Horror, I'm telling you, it was all 80s. They have a whole VHS section.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god! it
Flashback
was so
video.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was really really cool.
And then Nightmare Toys. If you guys go to Vegas, Nightmare
I
Toys.
think,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think they've done a video.
Have you
there.
done Nightmare Toys?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That place is cool. And then the Saw
They're
Escape
great.
Room they have in Vegas as well.
Nice.
What is it?
The Saw Escape.
Saw the movie.
Okay.
The
Saw
escape
the
room.
movie. Yeah. So you go through the escape rooms from the movie Saw.
Michael is
I am kind of classic. I keep talking about this. I really want to see David Copperfield.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I just have to.
yes.
I
I
mean-
would too. I would too.
But not this trip because we're
Mhm.
planning, if everything goes right. So we're going to be at Tom Devlin's Monster Museum,
Oh,
Boulder City, Nevada. If you don't know what it is, check it out if you're
Oh,
watching.
yeah,
They're
I've heard of
amazing
that.
people.
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah.
We're going to be there with John Massari from Killer Clowns doing a signing and a meetup.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I think John's watching. Hello,
And then
John.
from
Yeah.
there, we're going to take a 5-hour trip north. And if everything goes well, we're going to be staying at the Clown Motel for a night.
Oh,
that-
and then you're gonna do the graveyard.
I'm
I've
glad
That's
that
heard-
awesome.
you are
yes.
going there because
So-
I'm not.
'Cause
The guy who
we're not doing that.
I don't know why I just went 100% blank, but Tony Moran was in that movie that the guy did. I follow him and I'm friends with him on Facebook, and I just went blank. The director and the guy who did that movie, the Clown Motel movie. Do you know who I'm talking about?
There's a movie on
I
it.
do
Yes,
not.
there's a yes.
I keep hearing about
It's
this
called
movie.
The Clown
and I don't
Motel.
understand.
Listen, I support the guy, and of course my boo Tony Moran is in it, but the movie is it's a one-time watch, but
Those
but
are
it was
always
cool.
fun.
It was fun. It was a fun movie, yes. But I do own it. It's called Clown Motel. It's really
I've seen
cool.
ghost videos on it. It looks really creepy.
Yeah.
A room not full of nothing but dolls and clowns.
Yeah,
No, thank
I'm
you.
Yeah.
good with that.
Yeah.
No,
That's,
thank you.
That's,
I'm
that's
okay.
my
I'll
my
pass on that.
spooky kryptonite is dolls.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of my worst fears, actually,
Nice.
next to other things.
All right. Well, we gotta wind this thing down.
Oh my god.
That
so
went
this
so
is-
I
It
know.
was so much fun
No.
talking to you guys.
We're gonna have you back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel.
We'd
this-
love to come back.
Okay, I will
be
take you
awesome.
up on that.
Yeah.
Because that was really, really good. Okay, so other than the trip in Vegas, is there anything else you want to plug? While you do that, I'm going to show all of your social medias. So,
Social media.
so please make sure that you follow all the things. Make sure that you are subscribing to the Grimm-Life Collective on YouTube. They've got amazing, really, really inspiring, really, really good videos. Go and watch them. They're super creepy and they're so well done. I can't stress that enough. They're on Instagram, they're on Twitter, facebook.com/Grimm-Life Collective. And then just look them up. They have a merch store. Go and buy the things at GrimmLifeCollective.com. Buy all the things. Here's a little peeky peek at the YouTube page. I'll just scroll down a little bit. All the things. Buy all the things. Go to all the places. Look at all these crazy places they've been, and it just keeps going
it's like
and
a
going and
twisted version
going.
of the
So good.
what do you call it?
Very nice.
Oh, you did It Follows. I'll have to look at that one too.
I haven't watched that movie.
That was one of the watch parties. That was the last
Yeah.
watch
That
party.
was filmed in Detroit.
I
That's
thought
where
it
I'm
was-
from.
I
It
heard it was
wasn't
good,
the Killer
though.
Clowns. So you
You've
did
never
one
seen
after
It
that?
Follows?
I've never seen It Follows.
Very, very divisive movie. You either really like it or you
It's
don't
a
like
good
it.
movie.
I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I liked it.
So-
I'm gonna watch it.
Next weekend, we're going to be in Tom Devlin's Monster Museum in
Awesome.
Boulder City, Nevada.
Awesome.
And then we're going to come back to LA. And then we're going up to San Francisco to do a TV show.
Oh, awesome.
And then we're going to be coming back. And then hopefully we have some other things in the works that I can't really talk about right now. Not that it's a secret. It's just I don't want to say, hey, we're doing this. And then it doesn't. We're going to be at Days of the Dead Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Are they just some friends of ours were just in the Days of Dead in Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So follow them on all the
Yes.
things. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your
Yeah,
day.
thank
I
you.
know because it's like afternoon there. So thank you for that.
Of course.
Next time we'll have you back and we'll talk about other
We
stuff.
should do a watch, like a Killer Clowns watch
Yeah.
party with John Massari.
Well, we did.
There was
They
one
just
the
did
other
one
night.
last week.
Did you really?
We'll do
Sorry,
another
Melissa.
one.
I
you're
missed
like-
it. We could do another one. We could do another one.
Whenever you want.
We can always watch
Yeah,
Killer
Always
I'm
watch
sure
Killer Clowns.
John is down. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Awesome. So hang out on Zoom. Say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Have a good
Thank
night,
you.
everyone.
Love you.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Thank
being
you.
you and watching our crazy adventures.
They're so good. Okay, so hang out on Zoom. We'll be right back with you here in a moment. And Jenny. That's Jenny. There we go.
Jenny.
Say goodbye,
Hey.
Jenny.
Goodbye, Jenny.
Okay, good job.
Okay.
Awesome.
Jenny.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you,
That was
guys.
an awesome show.
That was so much fun.
I mean, we've had some amazing guests. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and it's not just because they're listening, but that was one of my favorite shows.
That was
we've
so
done.
much fun. I love the
Yeah, that
stories
was
and
so
all the
cool.
all the ghost talks
I feel
and
like we
stuff.
could
That
just
was
talk
good.
forever, but
Yeah.
I can't take up so much time on
True.
everybody. So we'll have them back.
Yes, definitely have to have him back.
And the time goes so quick. Like
It does. An
I
hour
start
goes
looking
really
at
fast.
it, and like we're like at 8:10. I'm like, oh my god, we're halfway through the questions.
I think next
And
season
then literally, it's just like, oh my god, it's
we
8:59.
have to do 3 hours next season.
Okay,
3 hours of HauntScene. We
if
just-
you run the show, that'll be
Right?
fine.
and then we can have Grimm-Life on for 3 hours.
That is
Let's do
perfectly
it.
fine. All right, next week on the show, we're gonna have Ace Jordan from the Creepy AF show to talk about what he's into. So we're gonna check that out. Same bat time, same bat channel on Tuesday, April 20th at 8:00
On Tuesday.
So that'll be fun. I do want to thank our Patreon supporters, Sarah Shepard, John Sebastian Lavelle, and Sam Goodwin, the Photomancer. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. Remember, 100% of anything that you do supports the show, goes right back into it, so we can, pay our Zoom bill, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
And then this is something I tend to forget, but please follow all of us. follow us
Follow us
on
too.
the things. We're on everything. This is just what we have here. Visit check out the haunts that we've done on HauntScene.com. We actually just put up a list of all the places that we've been as far as haunted attractions. Obviously, we're on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. We've got a TikTok
TikToks
channel.
and
You can email
Snapchats,
me.
all the things that young kids
Watch
are on
the
these
videos.
days.
We have nowhere near the subscribers that Grimm-Life has, but
Yeah.
we try. And then we'll be putting this out as a podcast. I'm sure people are going to love that.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
all right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you,
Until next
guys.
time, spook easy.
As always, happy haunting. Have a good night.
Jenny.
Catch you on the haunt side.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Give me some treats.